There is a wall between me and the things I enjoy doing. Every time I want to do something, such as want to create something, or I fancy going to walk in a forest somewhere, or I would like to do some sewing, or I'd like to do some crochet, or I'd like to work on a video game, anything that I fancy doing, or anything that I want to do, is immediately blocked by this strange sensation which I have termed angry anxiety, which tells me that no, we're not doing that today. That will be done tomorrow. And anytime that I want to do anything, it comes up and it says to me, nope, not happening. Sorry, we don't do that. But it's not even just in those situations. Like sometimes I will have someone come up to me and ask me to do something. For example, can you put this away? Can you do this for me? And my first response is, fuck off. Not because I want to be mean to them. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just this instant feeling, this wave of like, I don't know what it is. It's kind of like that fight or flight response, I suppose. But it's so difficult. I remember being in workplaces where people have told me to do things or have had demands of me or have said things. And my response was to be angry. And it's not really the best way to run a business, although I don't run the business myself. I just happen to participate in it because, needing money and all of that sort of thing. But it's excruciating, if I'm honest. It really is very difficult. And this is another reason why I suspect I might be autistic, because they have a term for it. Pathological demand avoidance, I believe is the name, PDA. I wish it was a palm device, a PDA. I'm showing my age here, but still, I wish it was something like that. Now, what's interesting is when I was younger, I was put onto SSRIs. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. And that was entirely for my obsessive compulsive disorder. And it has made a difference, at least with the anxiety to a certain degree, though I only really use a very small amount of it now. But what I found is that it stopped me from being able to do anything. It just kind of opened up my world to even stronger feelings of PDA. And ever since then, it's just like anything that I want to do, I just can't do it. Like even starting this recording today started filling me with that feeling as well. And I'm just like, press record. Once I start, it's okay. But getting over that hill is really frustrating. And I have a friend in Scotland that I really enjoy sending messages to. But when he messages me, I can't send him her reply for literally months sometimes. Because every day it's like, nope, that's tomorrow. No, you're not doing it today. Nope. And it's just like, no, I want to do these things. Like with my sewing machine, I bought a sewing machine so that I could learn to sew. Because I thought, well, I like making things and I don't like fast fashion. So what if I make my own clothes, which is part of the reason why I do crochet as well as making things for other people. But every day I look at my sewing machine and it says to me, hey, I feel lonely here. Why are you not using me? And the reason is because my stomach is telling me that I'm not allowed to until tomorrow, but then tomorrow never comes. It's really frustrating. And I have no idea what to do about it. Like, I literally feel like it is affecting everything that I do in my life. When I need to do the dishes, which I absolutely hate doing the dishes, but I feel like the only thing that is at least letting me do the dishes is the knowledge that my wife will be home soon. So I have to do it before she gets home, not because she's going to get upset at me or anything, but because I feel like if I haven't done them, I'm letting down the team. And so that is enough of a push to get me past the finishing line. But for example, doing my son's nappy in the morning, first thing in the morning, or changing my son's nappy at all, is really difficult. And I have to push myself because, of course, I can't allow him to sit there in a dirty nappy. It's just not fair. But it's just, it just angers me so much. I just don't want to be like this anymore. What I would like to be able to do is just get up and do all of the things I want to do. Like, my house is a freaking mess. I want to clean it up. I want to get rid of all of the old cardboard boxes. I want to get rid of old clothing. But do you think my brain will let me? No. I look at it and I'm like, well, that's happening tomorrow. And it's just like, tomorrow never bloody comes. What I really want to do, though, is to complete a video game. Because I get to a certain point and I just can't get any further with it. Like, I started making this game 2 years ago, and every summer I do a little bit, and then this PDA sort of thing takes over, and then I shelve it for like 9 months, and then I come back to it, do a little bit, and then shelve it for 9 months. And it's just so frustrating because I just want to make it. I want to finish it. I want to explore and come up with new ideas and make this world that is, I don't know, at least interesting to me. And I never get far with it. I don't know if anybody else has any of these sorts of issues where they feel this kind of block, this wall between what they want to do and what they're actually able to do. And I don't know if anybody has any answers for being able to, I don't know, get over that wall. I do wonder whether anxiety when I was younger, especially with the OCD, was helping me to sort of stave off some of these issues and not be so affected by PTA. I'm assuming it's PTA, by the way. But, oh, it's just so frustrating. And this is why I change the way that I study all the time, because at least with the novelty of a new method of study, I'm able to continue in that study. But it's problematic as well because there's only a few different ways that I can study. Why? Because I fall asleep. Like, literally, if I start reading anything to study, I feel this uncontrollable sensation to sleep. And I literally do sleep for, I don't know, like 5 or 10 minutes. And then I wake up again. But, I can't keep doing that every time I need to study. So I try and find ways around it. And it's just not working very well. I mean, the recording thing is helpful. And I listen to recordings whilst I'm playing video games because that helps me to not fall asleep, as well as listening to recordings when I'm doing housework. But the problem is that I can't focus all of my attention on what it is that I'm listening to. And so I'm only getting a little bit of it. And so when I read sentences or when I listen to sentences, I can kind of get the gist or I can understand things. But actually using words and actually speaking is really difficult for me. I think the language that I can speak the best, aside from English, and that's not even that good, but Japanese. And yet I still find myself getting stuck all of the time, despite having learnt for, I don't know, what is it, 12 years now? Something like that, 13 years? I don't remember really. But I just don't speak, you know, in a sort of flowing, cohesive way, which is probably true for my English as well. But I just cannot bring the words to the surface. And I don't know whether this is a me thing, whether this is a neurological thing, who knows? But I have a terrible memory. Like, I even one time forgot how old I was, which is really embarrassing when you're talking to someone and they say, "Oh, how old are you?" And I'm like, "Wait, 20, was I 27 or 28? I don't remember." It was really quite embarrassing. I don't know why I'm speaking to the internet about these issues. Maybe because it helps me to be able to talk about them. And it's all kind of novel for me in the sense that I hadn't really explored these things. I didn't have an answer for any of these things. But now I'm kind of piecing all of the pieces together, even though none of it is official. But it kind of helps to be able to talk about it. And I don't really have anybody to talk about it with because I suppose I don't really want to just put all of this onto my wife constantly. It's like, hey, wife, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. So I'll put it on the internet instead. I'm such a mess. Oh, well, that's life, I suppose. But it is somewhat cathartic, I think, to be able to speak about these things on the internet. And sometimes I hear from people, not a lot because I don't really get many views, but I do hear from people from time to time, and they have talked about similar experiences, and that's kind of heartening in the sense that, you know, I'm suffering with other people rather than just suffering on my own. But it is quite overwhelming, I'd say, all of this stuff. And one thing, because I haven't been diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure that I'm autistic, I don't really know what to do. I mean, even if I was diagnosed, I don't really know what I should or would do with it all because it's okay to say that you have PDA or you have autism or you have this or you have that. That's fine, but it doesn't fix the immediate problem, which is really, I don't want to have meltdowns anymore. I don't want to have shutdowns anymore. And I don't want to be blocked from doing all of the things that I like doing in life. I want to continue being creative. I want to continue drawing. I want to continue crochet and sewing. And I want to continue game design. I want to continue studying. I want to continue writing. I mean, I'm I've written two novels over the last maybe 7 months, and the editing part is excruciating because even just starting the editing, my brain's like, no, no, we're not doing that today. We'll do that another day. And so I have to sit there and force myself to edit. And I can only get it done once or twice a week. And so the writing part was fairly easy because I didn't worry about making it terribly cohesive and making it sound good. But now I have to put all of that together with the editing, and it's just taking forever. And I've got other projects that I'm working on. I'm making a word list of words from a dialect of Gaelic, and I am or have made a website, but now I can't even touch it because of this PDA. Like, I've got so many things I wanted to add to it, and it's just like, how about we don't do that? How about you just not do anything because fuck you? That's exactly what it feels like. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm at my wit's end with it. Um, I just feel like there's all of these things that I want to do in life and all of these things that I want to accomplish. Not accomplish in the sense of, hey, look at me, but just I like making things and I like having done things and then looking back and being like, wow, I made that. That's so cool. I wrote that. That's awesome. But I'm just not getting it done. And it's because of this stupid wall. And really, like, it feels like it shouldn't be such a big thing because it's just feelings. And at the same time, it is such a big thing. And I just can't get past it. Oh, the brain is such a complicated, stupid piece of sponge. I don't know what to do. Anyway, if you got to the end of this, I'm commiserating with you.